Hi everybody, Sylvia here. Lovely that you're here. The group of 100 would like to do a short introduction to the healing work that I am currently doing, which is available on my Facebook page. If you just DM me, I can work online or in person. This is ancestor work based, a lot of it at the moment. It doesn't have to be, it can work on any dimension of mind, spirit, body. But it is interesting that in the majority of my clients at the moment, these very deep layers of ancestral imprint are being cleared, and this is very specific to only certain modalities are working in this way. One modality that works with this is family constellations, which I will be offering groups in later in the year. But for now, this healing work is very specific at clearing layers of energy in the body. So the group of 100 said they would be willing to offer some information on this. So I will just tune in and see what they have to say about this. Thank you. Greetings, beloveds. We are here with you all on this shining day. What a shining time we are in, this period of Easter, of resurrection, of rebirth. We do trust that you are all feeling this, dear ones, and that you are setting your new goals in place. This is a very important time now to sow the seeds, to look to a physical appearance and manifestation of your dreams, your planning, to, as we say, put solid constructs in place that over the coming months and years will be building your lives of your dreams, the lives of the new earth, and just to build the lives that always keep you in joy and excitement, as we have referred to before. As these are the laws of the fifth dimension, that which you do which you love, that which you do which excites you, is what will remain in your life. This is what to build on at this time. So we would just like to link this reminder to these Easter frequencies, because indeed, with the sun going through huge metamorphoses at this time, the solar energies are very extreme indeed. You will have been feeling them in your bodies. Please have no concern if you are needing to sleep for many hours, to rest, to be internal, to be quiet. This is very much needed for the light workers amongst you who are very much on the ascension path and who are needing this time to integrate. Please, we ask you, do not block this process. Feel what your body is feeling and just let it be so. So we would like to just explain to you a little bit how we work. Of course, when Sylvia is doing her healing sessions, of course, she has for many years been channeling her guidance system and the healers that work with her. She did not always know this 20 years ago when she started this work, but it has been increasingly obvious to her, and now indeed in certain cases we ourselves come through by name and make ourselves known to the client if there is indeed a special message for that client, and that client is indeed open to this world of channeling. We will mention also that it is also possible, this is something that Sylvia hasn't explicitly offered, but which we are very keen to offer on her behalf, which is just directly channeled sessions with people having questions about their lives, etc., that we are very happy to assist you with at this time. So please just get in touch with her on the messenger, and let her know that you are interested in receiving some of our guidance at this time. So the question of ancestors. It is not fully understood how deeply these ties of lineage are still affecting the cells of each human being. The ancestor energy is very powerful because, of course, it is linked to the DNA. And at this time, as we know, the repressed DNA of the human, which was brought down to 2 of the 24 strands, is now unraveling and coming online at great speed, different times, different amounts of unraveling depending on each individual. But yes, we are looking at a full coming online for those of you working deeply at the time of the solar flash, where the 12 strands, hopefully for many, many millions across the planet, will be engaged then with their 12-strand self, and for some, as we know, 24 and even 48 strand. But at this time you will be fully remembering self. You will be remembering and seeing these ancestors that we speak of. Those who have had a close connection to you and whose DNA you carry, who have had a huge effect on you, they will be around you. You will recognize these energies at that time. For now, they are seeking also to clear their wounding and to be able to move up on the ascension path. There are several who are somewhat trapped in the wounds of the past, and even though they have moved through into spirit, the energies that were unresolved within their lifetime have been carried on as an unresolved frequency into the DNA and the body of this client, this present day ancestor. So it is an unraveling for both the past ancestor and the current day client, that the wounds of this particular ancestor are cleared out of the current day client. We can give you many examples. Many of them are too extraordinary to speak of, but amongst these clients that we have been working with Sylvia, we have people whose ancestors were forced to shut down their spiritual sovereignty, their third eye, their crown, because they were living lives of survival and the 3D was requiring all of their needs. In some of these cases, there have been instances of people who would have been punished to have had spiritual interests or spiritual beliefs. In other cases, there are those who have been swamped by the dogma of a particular belief system or a particular religion, and sort of had their souls stolen in that way. These, within each chakra, which is the framework Sylvia uses in this work, there are energies which can be linked to a past ancestor. Often we are working up to 8 or 9 or 10 generations back. Also, it could be mother or grandmother, but it is often usually from the fourth to the 10th range back. So we are actually talking about issues that have been anchored in your body for a very long time. And you may have approached them through traditional therapy or body work, and these issues, these physical complaints, these emotional patterns, they just don't seem to be moving. This is the power of what is held in your body via the ancestor. This also links, of course, to the energetic field, which is linked to your own past lives. But interestingly enough, in the majority of the sessions Sylvia is currently doing, it is the ancestor work. Very occasionally there is a past life, very occasionally there is some karma from a past life that needs to be cleared. But more often than not, as we get closer to this time of the shift, It is the ancestors coming in, seeking their own freedom and their own enlightenment. So as they do this, they bring in great levels of wounding. For example, a beloved client this week felt she couldn't breathe. She had a yoke around her shoulders that felt like a wooden yoke. She was struggling to breathe and her throat was in extreme pain and agony. And this was linked to ancestors who had been certainly imprisoned, more in energetic rules within the marriage and their household of being silenced, being shut down, being made to function within a very small band of their reality. And this was linked also to other quite specific patterns, which we won't go into at this time. We are just simply wishing to offer the complexity of this information when it appears. And of course, we have been working with Sylvia and training her to be able to receive and understand these complexities when they arrive. And so people may have answers, 2 days after a session. They may be noticing, oh, I'm thinking that again. Oh, but now I understand why I always think that. In this instance of the yoke around the woman, the yoke was gone by the end of the session. The next day she had some headaches and then her body was completely clear. So we are talking about mystery physical ailments being able to be healed via the ancestors. They are strongly with us today, and they are saying to all of you, all over the planet, we love you so very, very much. You contracted to work with us. You contracted to bring in a strand of our DNA, which with it brings layers and layers of misunderstanding, hurt, abuse, trauma, gifts, shining light. With every challenge, there is a gift. And it is a great joy for people working in this way to be able to release the ancestor and the wounding, which is what happens within a session, and to move on with the gifts. Because the gifts, of course, are very blessed, such as an extremely open, cognizant heart, a very, very high tuning in the third eye, great perseverance in the physical body. All of the challenges of the ancestors carry, of course, the gifts of the person. And these are also the gifts of whichever ancestor these have been passed on to. How the ancestral line works is that it may skip generations. So, for example, if it is a great-great-grandmother who comes in to work with a client, it may, the energies that are very clearly recognized by the client may simply not be in her mother or her grandmother. They skip generations. There have been instances of an ancestor 10 generations ago on the masculine side, for example, not having been in any other of the generations until it appeared in the client. So it is an extraordinary world of this divine blending of the DNA that has happened. It is certainly one of the mysteries of the time. As each human is hopefully doing their best, those who are awakened to purify and cleanse and align their DNA as closely to the highest frequencies possible at this time to make themselves ready for this time of the shift. So we feel, without further questioning, that we may leave it here today. We may do a separate question and answer with Anthony on this at a future point. But we just wanted to offer you this information to seek out your practitioners who do this work, and certainly feel free to contact Sylvia and just the work can work online just as well as in the physical. So, all blessings to you, dear souls, and we pray that you are really taking this time of tuning and inner examination and inner cleansing very seriously. There are many gifts coming in this new period of time. For example, the med beds, which you may have heard about for some of you, which are alien technology, and they are able to offer great assistance to the human body in full healing in some cases. Yes, it sounds very sci-fi, but it of course is true. We are sci-fi, are we not, in the higher realms? So, yes. However, to benefit from these new technologies, it is necessary to some extent that the frequency, your frequency of each individual seeking this healing, must also be attuned and aligned to the 5D frequency. So every little bit of work you can do, dear friends, every little bit of clearing of the shadow, clearing of the souls, letting the old world crack around you and moving forward into the cracks of light that appear. And do not be afraid to follow these or fall like the rabbit down the hole, because it is important now to retain and return to your own sovereign thinking, not that which has been programmed within the media and a general consensus population. Please now seek the light in the cracks. Seek the parts of you, follow the parts of you with the questions, and be open to all sorts of new realms of healing in your world as they appear. Blessed be, dear souls. We will leave you now with much love, and we will see you again shortly. Thank you. Yeah, so I hope that was useful, guys. And yeah, if you are feeling called to do some one-on-one work, please just get in touch. Lots of love.